Hey everyone, this is Heart Capricorn. Today I will be discussing the mistakes that Capricorns can make in relationships. Now, before I get into detail with everything, I do want to say that for the most part, Capricorns really can get along with any and everyone that we encounter. We know how to be in stable, committed, long-lasting relationships. But of course, nobody is perfect. Capricorns have their kinks. We have things that we can definitely work on. We have things that are not the most favorable traits about us. And I'm just going to be revealing just a couple of them. And I know that you guys will always down below go into detail and let me know even more mistakes that Capricorns can make in relationships, but also highlight how can you overcome these things and just improve yourself and just improve any type of relationship that you're in, because that's really important. Reevaluating yourself in a relationship is important. So if you find that you're doing something that your partner might not necessarily agree with or like, just reevaluate it, try to change it. And that's the one good thing about a Capricorn. Capricorns are willing to reevaluate ourselves, and we are willing to compromise and change if it makes sense and if we actually want you in our lives for the long run. So yes, I got all of that out of the way. So let's get into the video. Capricorns can have the tendency to be overly cautious about everything. This is a known trait of a Capricorn. And sometimes being overly cautious for Capricorns can definitely hinder us from even getting to know somebody on a deep level in the first place. If we have our guard up, if we have it in our mind that we're going to put this person through the ringer just to make sure that they are a stable person and a person that we actually want in our life, we do have to be prepared for the outcome of that. And I mentioned this because not everyone is going to be a willing participant to just stick around long enough for all the shenanigans that a Capricorn can put somebody through. And really, Capricorns are just doing this because we are really guarded. Capricorns guard ourselves to the point that it is really hard for us to open up and let people in, to even let people get close to us without fully vetting them before we even consider taking them seriously. But I will say, if you are able to stick it out with a Capricorn and just understand the process, then you will really see how rewarding it would be with a Capricorn in your corner. Capricorns are extremely loyal. We don't like switching partners like the wind. Capricorns, once we find somebody who we like and somebody who we can see a future with, we are going to stay put. We are going to stay there. So Capricorns are not going to be running around looking for somebody new to be with. Once we build that bond and that connection that takes a while to build, Capricorns are stuck to you like glue. And that's just how it is. But it's really important for Capricorns to just be a little bit more flexible when it's time to get to know somebody. Be a little bit more open. And that initial phase of getting to know somebody in a relationship will probably go a lot smoother for a lot more Capricorns. When we are right, we are right. And this is one of the main reasons why people think Capricorns are know-it-alls. People think that Capricorns just cannot be told anything, or they're the type of person who just thinks they're always right. And sometimes that is the Capricorn's personality. But just like everything else that we do, there is a reason behind it. I will say that you can pretty much trust a Capricorn's judgment more times than not. And this is only because Capricorns lead with logic above all. Capricorns, when we are making a decision, when we are trying to figure something out, we're not putting our emotions into it. We are seeing what is right and what is wrong, and we are seeing things for what they are. Capricorns are not going to make up a fairy tale in our head of something that could possibly be when it's not going to be. And so Capricorns for the most part have extremely good judgment when it comes to a plethora of things. So give the Capricorn a listen. Even if you think that Capricorn is a know-it-all, just hear them out. Know that Capricorns are not just making frivolous decisions, and we are not just going based off of emotions. And honestly, Capricorns trust ourselves more than anyone else. So if we think that a decision is right for us versus what you may think, Capricorns are going to go with ourselves majority of the time. I mean, you would have to have a really good argument to back up what you are saying. You would have to come with the facts for a Capricorn to go against ourselves and what we feel is right in our judgment. Are Capricorns willing to see your point of view? Of course we are. Capricorns are open to learn things if it makes sense. Capricorns are open to new knowledge if it's going to benefit us. And so, yes, Capricorns are definitely open to hear what you have to say. And if we feel like what you have presented makes sense, Capricorns can definitely compromise and go along with whatever you want to do. Capricorns are willing to bend, especially if we love somebody and if we respect someone. So if a Capricorn is bending towards what you want and what you're saying, that Capricorn really has a lot of respect for you and they love you a lot. But even if a Capricorn does that, just know that in the back of our mind, we still feel like we have the best idea or the best decision for that situation. So that part of our mind is not changing, but just because we love you and we respect you, Capricorns are willing to go with whatever you say. And I'm going to say that honestly, 8 times out of 10, I'm not going to say 9 because that's a bit cocky, but 8 times out of 10, the Capricorns are right. But being this way could definitely be a good thing and a bad thing. And it could be a mistake that a Capricorn will make in a relationship because not everyone will necessarily find this a good trait of a Capricorn. And a lot of people can find it annoying when it comes to dealing with a Capricorn. So while it's okay for you to bend a little bit, Capricorn, and go with what other people want, you also always have to have your best interest at heart. No one is going to take care of you like you are going to take care of you, Capricorn. So always remember that, but don't be a stick in the mud and don't always have to be right. It's okay to hear people out and go with what they want to, if it makes sense. Capricorns have the tendency to come off as bossy. Capricorns can come off as bossy, and this is only because, I will admit it, Capricorns like to be in control of our environment. We like to be in control of the things that's going on around us, and we don't like the sense of losing control of situations. We like to be in control of the outcome of things because if it goes bad, we know that it didn't have anything to do with anybody else, so we don't have to side-eye them or just look at them different because it was our decision in the end. And when a Capricorn is being in our bossy mode, I can guarantee you we don't mean any harm. But in those moments, Capricorn just feels like we need to rectify the situation and we need to make the situation better. So we will do anything to do so. So there's always a method to a Capricorn's madness when it comes to being bossy. Either it's just in them and it's just how they are, or we have seen you do something that could have been done better, or you have done something that has harmed us in the past. And so in the future, we're going to take control of it. We're going to get it done so it doesn't happen again. And so that is where a Capricorn's bossiness come into play. Capricorn just really likes to be in control. And it is what it is. Capricorns can have an issue with being spontaneous. It is no surprise that Capricorns thrive off of stable relationships and a stable life. Capricorns are not too fond of surprises or being out of the loop about certain things. And we can definitely become a little agitated when we are taken off guard. Now, I'm not saying that Capricorns don't like surprises or you can't surprise Capricorns with things from time to time because, let's face it, everybody likes gifts. Everybody likes to be surprised at some point. There should always be acts of kindness to your partner in a relationship. So don't get that twisted. But I'm just saying, don't go overboard or don't do the most. You know your partner and you know what they like. So don't do anything that will upset that Capricorn, because Capricorns have a big issue with not being able to know what is going on around us and being spontaneous. And it is what it is. Capricorns just won't like it. So it's just best to not catch a Capricorn off guard and do something that they won't appreciate. So definitely be thoughtful. If you're going to be spontaneous with a Capricorn, be thoughtful in what you are doing. Do something that you know that Capricorn will appreciate and enjoy. Don't do anything that the Capricorn has expressed in the past that they don't like or that just is not mixing well with who they are. So definitely pay attention and know how to be spontaneous with a Capricorn. Be intentional if you're going to be spontaneous with a Capricorn. That is extremely important. All right, so down below, I want to know, what are some mistakes that us Capricorns make in relationships? I really want to hear what you guys have to say. And if you have any experience with a Capricorn, what are some mistakes that you noticed that the Capricorn made that just was not going to mesh well with that relationship? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and you'll be sure to hear from me soon. All right, bye-bye.
Differently. Things are different, I'm a new me. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So even if you're asking, even if you're asking, 'cause I